Hey everybody, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And what I want to talk about, the problems with iTunes. Why I don't like iTunes. And well, let me just start with there. Why I don't like iTunes. The number one reason why I don't like iTunes is that it's not in the cloud. It's not on the web. If you want to use iTunes, you either have to be running, well, you have to be running a program called iTunes. Now, if you have a Mac, well, yeah, it comes automatic. If you got Windows, well, you can download the Windows version of iTunes. But what if you got Linux? Apple and Linux, they don't mix. So those people who choose to run Linux can't use iTunes, which, from my perspective, it's, well, Apple's really cutting themselves in the foot, or cutting their foot off, whatever, because there is somewhere else that anybody can go to get the music or video or anything else. And that's Amazon. Amazon.com. We all know it. And it doesn't matter what operating system you're using. You can have a Mac, you can be on Linux, and you can run Windows to use Amazon. So just by that, Amazon has tripled the amount of potential customers that they can get to Apple. Apple only has 1/3 of the market because you either can only be on a Mac or run Windows through iTunes. And those who actually try and download iTunes, well, it's a pain in the, well. And why would you need to have an extra piece of software that could be buggy running on your system? It's not keeping the system tight, only using what people actually want to use. Instead of having an iTunes, just have a regular a program to play media. Any audio or video media. So, that's me, and that's why iTunes will never beat Amazon. Because Amazon is the number one company, the number one media company in the world. Because you can go to Amazon and you can buy any MP3. You can go to Audible, which is owned by Amazon, to buy audiobooks and download those audiobooks to either your computer or your Kindle or your MP3 player. You can also watch videos on Amazon online. You can either rent them or buy them, and it's stored in your little Amazon account. You can also buy any of the other stuff that we would normally go to a Walmart or a department store too. You can go there. You can also shop Amazon for stuff that is hard to find. It's out there. There are websites where you can actually buy these things, but it's easier to go to one source, Amazon. Buy it through Amazon. One case is Yu-Gi-Oh cards. When I want to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I go to Amazon. Because I trust Amazon. They've been around for a while. And when I order something through Amazon, it comes in the mail. And see, the other reason too that Apple will never beat Amazon is the iPad versus the Kindle. That is, and I don't see tech people debating that. They don't hold up the iPad and they don't hold up the Kindle and compare the two. But whatever you can do on the Kindle, you can do on the iPad, vice versa. Especially if you get the latest Kindle device that you can go to the website. If you can go to a website, you can use it on Kindle. I don't know what type of apps the Kindle Fire has, but that's where the main market is. It's not on iPad apps, it's the Kindle Fire apps. Because you don't need a separate different computer to run the Kindle Fire. All you need is access to the internet. And it can run independently of your operating system, whether it be Mac, Linux, or Windows. And since Amazon owns Audible, you can get the Audible app for the Kindle and listen to your audiobooks on there. You can listen to YouTube videos, you can listen to Netflix. If you can access the internet and you have a good connection, you can do anything that you can do anything on the Kindle that you can do on the iPad. The only difference is it's independent of the operating system. And I don't believe that's true with the iPad. I think the iPad, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but the iPad, you need iTunes. And that already cuts out one big segment of the market. And again, why would you want to download an extra program with something that can easily be in the cloud? It just makes no sense. This is where Apple fails. Now, I may upset all those who love their Mac, who go to bed with their Mac, but if you open your mind to the possibilities and seeing where, and why the Mac fails, or why iTunes fail, you can see my point about Amazon. So, Let me check my notes here. Yeah, pretty much. The other thing too, the Mac is very expensive. It's expensive. Especially when you can get a Windows computer for $300. You can get a Kindle for $200. And if you only use it to surf the web, just get the Kindle. Surf the web on that and take it with you everywhere you go. It just, it's insane that no one, well, I think Chris Pirillo, because he doesn't like iTunes either. And I don't think he's made a video on why he doesn't like iTunes. But I bet you that this is the reason. Because it's not in the cloud. It's not Amazon. Amazon is superior to iTunes and to Apple. So with that, I just hope you take my words and don't be offended by them, and just think about them and see the logic that I speak of. And if there's any true disagreement, hey, just stick it in the comments right down below there. Thank you for watching. And as always, stay creative in the magic of life. Peace be with you all.